Hello everyone, welcome back. So after a very long time now I have come up with a new tutorial on Houdini, and this is going to be Flip. In the Flip, this is my first tutorial, and I have already prepared the tutorial, but definitely I'm going to go through each and every aspect of it so that all of you people can understand. So here is what we are going to create. So this is a water shot, and actually this thing came from one of my student, and he asked me maybe is it possible that two water sources are colliding together, and he also wanted some object to be floating on the surface of the water. So that's why I created this shot, and then I thought, why should I not share with all of you so that maybe the people who don't know these kind of things they can understand, and the people who know maybe some part of it and the other one doesn't know, then those people can also have a look at this. Okay, so this is what we are going to create today. So just let's get started. So here is the whole setup, and this is a water tub shot. So we will go one by one. uh, this is totally cached. Okay, so even if I play it or scrub it, then the timeline, then everything was going proper. So let me go out of the cached files. So I have cached both the files, the water one and the rigid bodies, the static rigid body and the floating rigid body. So we will start with the top one. Okay, so, switch on the display flag and get it into it. Things are like the bodies I have created, they are very simple because most of the time I just do the R&D work, and my students are finishing the rest of the things, and the shot they are creating like that. So this is just R&D part, and that is what I am sharing with all of you. Okay, so initially I took a box, and then I deleted the upper polygon, this one, this polygon or face, okay, with the blast node. This is not entirely procedural, but you can say semi-procedural work, but it is going to work, okay, and this will work. So I have deleted this part, and then I poly extruded this, okay, and then I applied collision source here, okay, so that I can get VDB, because VDB is, I think this is one of the very strong enhancements which Houdini did, and the usability of all the VDBs is going to increase day by day. So this is tough. So we are getting both the things. So when I go into the collision source, okay, we have not to go in the geometry, we have to go in the collision, and then I have not changed anything, I think, and we can also change the voxel size also here, but maybe I didn't need that. Okay, so and now, so what I have done, actually I took the same box and copied the box and then created the tub water. Okay, so now secondly we will go into it. So I have taken a geo node and get into it, and then copy and pasted the same box here. So see, the box is same, and then transform this a little, okay, so that maybe water should not penetrate the box. Okay, so this is 0.98, and then I have attached a null so that I can take it out anywhere I like. Okay, so this is out of water, and this is just water body. Okay, so we are going to take this thing as a water body. Okay, so the next one is the cube part, and the cube which is floating there. That is a dynamic rigid body, and I gave this thing some little details here, so I took a very small box here. Okay, instead of taking polygon, I have taken polygon mesh so that I can take some divisions here, like that. Maybe two divisions are there. Maybe that means I have not changed here anything. Even though I have converted that to polygon mesh, I didn't change anything. Okay, only the uniform scale that was changed. Okay, and then I transformed it. I took it up to maybe 1 point something, like that, and a little towards the x-axis. Okay, and then I I added a poly bevel here. okay, to smooth it out the edges. Okay, so this was 0.02 and the number of edges were 4. Okay, and thereafter I divided that because I wanted some segments here, so I just divided it. And okay, switch off this convex polygon, and then I applied the breaker polygons, okay, to the value of 0.01. So if you just decrease the size value, okay, you are going to get more and more segments here. Okay, so that was for divide. And then I applied mountain, and changed a few values here, like I have kept the height to 0.2, and then element size to be 2, and then I just offsetted this y value here. So I changed these things, and then mountain was there, and then I converted that into a packed geometry. Okay, so now here, because we have a packed geometry, and I take maybe if I press middle mouse button, then I'm going to get only 1 point, okay, out of all the polygons. Okay, so really it does not matter for now, how number of polygons you are taking here. Okay, once you convert that into a packed geometry, that will become a single point. Okay, and then that is outcube, that is null, and then this is the whole geometry, and that's it. Okay, I did one more thing. I just changed the name of the output prefix, and I made this cube. Even if you don't change it, that is not going to maybe change things a lot. But if names are intersecting together, then that is definitely going to be a problem. So in that particular case, you will have to change any name of the of different parts. Okay, so just keep an eye on these kind of things. So that was the cube, I mean rigid body, and then we go to the source. Okay, so source. So this is a source. So there are two sources actually. One is the tap, and water is already filled there. Okay, and the other is this source, which is like a tap, or maybe it could be any kind of nala or what else. And through that tap, on this kind of water, through that pipe, kind of water is coming. So this is the source. So we'll get into it, and for that I have taken a simple sphere. Okay, I transformed it, and then apply just flip source on this. Okay, so that is normal flip source, and I didn't more things on that. I just pasted relative references here, and that's all. And here I just change the jitter value, like $t, and that's all. Particle separation value is also here, that is paste relative referenced. Okay, so we will take that value from the flip object. So that is the source part we have. There is not much to do. Okay, I have kept all the things very simple, so that maybe we can get some bigger thing with the smaller things, right? And thereafter we'll go to simulation. This is the heart of the whole thing. This is the heart of the whole thing, which you have to understand it in very slowly, in a very proper manner. Okay, so when I click on this, okay, then we are going to get everything. So we'll get into it, and then I have taken so many parts here. Okay, so I have taken one flip object. This flip object is one flip object for each of the water. Okay, and this flip is so two flips are there. Okay, so I'll go to initial this. So this is for the tub water. As we can see, I have taken it here. So this is for tub water flip object. Okay, and this one is for this source. I have kept both the values. This is 0.02 and this is 0.04. Maybe even if both of them are 0.02 or 0.04, maybe a little bit of things will be changed here. Okay, so I kept this value larger than this value. Okay, so that is your personal choice actually. So if you want to make the same changes, then that is fine. Okay, so I just took this value, and this particle separation 0.02, and then I copied there in the source value. Now that is 0.04, and then I took from here like this, like copy parameter, and then I'll go in the source, and then I'll go in the flip source, and here 0.01. That means that then I'll right click here and then paste relative references. Okay, so in that manner, these all the things connect to each other. That maybe you have seen in my so many past tutorials and other people's tutorials. So many, geniuses are there, and they are dropping their tutorials for free for everybody else. And you know that is the beauty of YouTube. Okay, so I'm not genius, but I am maybe one of the people who are dropping their little knowledge, okay, in the form of basic tutorials on the YouTube. And I think if you want to like them, you can like them. Okay, so that is sim. So these two objects are for that. So that is first thing we have to take, that is flip object. We take one thing. The other thing is we need like source. So if here we go and we will take the source from here, out source. And that out source is, that will be the this part. Okay, this part is here, that is source path. Okay, so that is there, and then we will take only the surface part, and that's enough. Okay, one more thing I have taken, and that was the pop force, and that will be the like I have taken this value for this source. Why? Because if I don't take this part, this is just going to emit, and then the water will be going down. Why? Because I have applied gravitational force here. So water will go down. So I just, that was again the question from my student. Maybe he wanted to give some sort of custom velocity to the source. And that is why. Otherwise, maybe I could have taken this over this part, and then the water will be there. Okay, but maybe this was one other kind of query. Maybe those people, the person wanted to understand, how the custom velocity was prepared. Okay, so that thing, this thing I have, and for that thing, just to call this custom velocity part, we have applied this pop add vector volume here. So before I go ahead, I will go and I'm going to tell you how I created this velocity. So I just took the same, I just took the same sphere. Okay, here, copy paste, check it out. I took the same sphere, or maybe a little smaller. Okay, and then I transformed this. No, that was the same, copy and pasted value. And then I converted them into this, into the points. Okay, because points are necessary, they are required. So I'll go to this one and I switch off this thing, and then we'll go here. So here is the object, and then okay, it was transformed there, and this was the transform. Just a second. Okay, so that was the transform. Okay, and then the points were taken. So if we go close to it, we can see like points are there. Okay, so I just decrease the value of the point separation. We can also connect this value with the object, but I didn't do that. Maybe I wanted to tackle the situation separately. It is not necessary to, add these value, to connect these value together, because it is up to you how many points you really want to use here. Okay, so I just use this 0.05, and I gave it some jitter scale. So if you want to keep the value like this, then that is a very, you know like a pattern in the rows and columns. And that's why I wanted to maybe change that. So I just randomized them, you can say. Okay, I just randomized them, and that is how uh, it worked maybe. Okay, so that will be alt and right click, and maybe toggle ortho to perspective. Okay, this is one again shortcut. Maybe if you go to orthographic view, then you can do it. You can press alt and right click, and then toggle out to perspective. Okay, so that is a shortcut actually. Okay, so that is jitter scale. And then I so now I have the points. But just to have the point, what would I do with the points if I don't have a velocity? So I want to embed these points with the velocity. So here I will take a point warp. Okay, point warp, and go inside it, and that is a very small, just direct values maybe to the points. So I have taken an AA noise and maybe given it some frequency, change it to 3D noise also, because the by default that is 3D input and 1D noise. So we'll change that to 3D input, 3D noise, and change some frequency here, change some frequency here, change some frequency here, and then I just wanted to give some sort of direction. Why? Because I wanted the flow of the water towards some side, toward the side of the tub, and that is why I took the second part of the add. Okay, and then I change that into the direction, and from here, this is a float value by default actually, so we will convert that into three float vector. Okay, so like xyz value, but you are not going, you have not to change these values here, you have to go outside of that, and then here you have to change the value. So I will come out of it, and then I will change the value here. So I have given it the direction of -1 z-axis, x-axis, and in the z-axis only 0.5 value. Okay, that is, you have just to experiment on that thing, which direction you want. So that point of velocity is there, and then we can see it when velocity is there. Okay, so I just click here so that you can see everything, and now this is for the velocity, and now you can see the velocity here. Okay, you can also do one thing, maybe you can come here and you can go to maybe info, and then here we have velocity, and click on the velocity. Okay, then you can see the direction of the velocity. So the velocity of the water is towards this side. Okay, and you can go here and click on the verb to disable it, or you can go there and disable it from there also. That is going to happen. Okay, so that is the velocity is there. Okay, and now then we will take VDV from particles. So I will convert that into a VDV, because VDV is needed there, and then we'll come out of it. So here what I have done, I have changed the value of the point radius scale. Okay, we can also reduce some more value, and then I took the voxel size, which is there in the maybe flip object. Okay, so then I'll come here, maybe I have given it some value here. I should have maybe attached this thing. Okay, so this thing is there, so that is the velocity, and then we'll go ahead again, and now and then I have taken this, and in this pop at vect by volume. Okay, I will call that out well, that is the velocity I created there, and I kept the velocity scale to 15. Okay, so they will be, moving towards that side. So even if I don't take this value custom velocity, because that was a query, that's why I created this custom velocity. Otherwise it was not needed, I could have just applied this pop force, and it would work. Okay, just connect this foot to the second input, and this would work. I just wanted to show him how a custom velocity will be prepared. Okay, and where this will be taken. Okay, and that is why this thing was done. So if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Okay, then flip solver is there, and this is actually this is the king actually. This is the node which is doing everything. This is doing every simulation here, and here I didn't change much of the things. One thing is for sure, and that is feedback scale, that I changed to 2, because this is the node which is going to float your object on the water surface. Okay, so actually by default this is 0 by default. You can make it 1, and or maybe 2 depending upon the situation. So that is the point of R&D, and then you can do that. So that was only the change here, no other changes is here. Okay, no other changes are here, because I also changed the value of this grid maybe manually. Okay, it was not needed, but I did that maybe. There are so many ways of doing it. And then here is the cube. Okay, here is the cube. So this is the cube, this is this cube. Okay, so I already told you where in that part we have this. So we'll go to maybe this cube, and then here in the bullet data, and in the bullet data we have this convex hull. Okay, in the initial part, not here, in this one. Okay, this is out cube. Okay, sorry, this one, this is out cube, right? So this is rigid body actually. This is rigid body which is coming, you know which is just dropping on the surface. That is the rigid body, and this rigid body is floating because of because of this will you will find in solver. This is floating because of this feedback scale. Okay, so you can change the mass, you can change the scale, both the values here and some other values also, but this is the main value which you have to change here. Okay, so that's the thing, that is the thing. And then we have the static part, which is the box part, this one. Okay, so if we go here and we go in the RBD solver, then we'll be getting this VDB is very necessary. Otherwise, most of the time, water either that is going to be deleted, or maybe it is showing it is getting penetrated, and so many other things are happening with these kind of things. So that is why I am in really favor of creating maybe in that manner, creating in the form of the VDB, and then so in that way. Okay, so we will take mode as the volume sample. Okay, by default this is ray intersect. This will also work, but it will be better if you take volume samples, and then that is going to give you a proper things. We will keep the thing, this geometry representation will be concave, not convex. Otherwise this cube will not go down. Why? Because that will be creating a cube shell, and this will be only hitting only on the surface of the cube. So it is very necessary to make it concave. Okay, concave. So maybe suppose if I change it to convex and I drop this value and I take this values, now see. So this is just going to hurt this wall, and this will not strike the water. So if I make it concave, and this will be like this will be taking the shape of the object here. So I will switch off this thing and display geometry will be on, and in this manner this is going to happen. Okay, and then gravity is there and this thing is there. So like the whole system is not big, but maybe if you want to get this kind of simulation, this kind of things here, maybe some objects are floating and then one water is colliding with other water, then this thing. So one water is colliding with other water only because these both the objects are here. If these both the objects are not here, maybe for this one maybe some other solver is there. So if other solver is there, this is not going to, they are not going to interact with each other if other solver is there. So we'll have to connect both the bodies of the water to the same solver value. That we have to do. That is very necessary part here. Okay, so if you don't do it, if some other flip solver body is coming for another flip object, then this is not going to interact with each other. That we have to keep in our mind, whatever we are doing. So that's enough for this one, and then we'll go to this water cache. Okay, water cache, this one. And here see, I have taken both the things, that is drop import for both the waters, and then that is merged and that is compressed. Okay, like the size will be reduced a little because that will be creating some sort of shell kind of thing. Maybe from inside the water it will delete the points, something like that. And then particle surface, and we will take this node so that we can get here. We will be, if as soon as we apply this fluid compress, your all the particles are gone, and they will be coming in the packets of, in the form of the packets, in the form of the boxes. Okay, if I play this thing, suppose then this will be creating just the packets of water. Just a second. Just okay, fine. Okay, so it will be creating just the packet of the water, right? And then if you want to get all things back, then you will have to apply one fluid surface, particle fluid surface, and then you can go to particles. Okay, and then particles, and then in the velocity, by default it is none. Actually you will have to change that to velocity to get the value like this. So as soon you do it, you are going to get your water and the color back. Okay, finally you have to convert that to mesh, but this is because this is particles, so I just wanted the same kind of color which we started with. And then we have to then we have to cache it. Okay, so you cache on whatever kind of path give that's going to accept, and then manner everything will be cached, And in the same manner I have done with the rigid bodies, like static rigid body, or this is like cube is this cube is, that is dynamic rigid body, and then static object, like this box is static rigid body. I have called both the rigid bodies here. Just you have just to give a gap here. Okay, and then both the bodies are here, and then I have cast both the body all together. You can do them separately, but my motive was not this. My motive was different. That was just to show my student maybe how two objects are interacting, how one object is floating on one water body, and that was the whole thing. Okay, so this thing is there, and this is the with the point zero 0.02 and point zero 0.04 we are going to get this kind of simulation. We can reduce the value, we can increase the value. These kind of things you already know. If we increase the separation value, we are going to get less number of particles. If we decrease that value, particle separation, we are going to get increased number of particles, and that is the whole thing. So this is just for the for one of my student, and when it came really well, so I wanted to share with all of you. Okay, so for today, thank you very much.